ಎಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Hello my dear students. Today I am going to explain you on methods of irrigation. This is comes under water resource engineering. This is under session 11 and 12. We will be discussing on different methods of irrigation in today's session. Now coming to the session 10 and 11. Today I will be discussing in this session on subsurface method of irrigation and surface method of irrigation. First let us discuss what is irrigation. Irrigation is a process of artificial application of water to soil for growth of agriculture crops. This process we term it as irrigation. ಇದು ನಾವು ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಮಳೆ ಆಧಾರಿತ ಬೆಳೆಗಳು ಈ ಮಳೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವಲಂಬಿತವಾಗಿರುತ್ತವೆ. ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ನಾವು ಬೆಳೆಗಳನ್ನ ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ನಾವು ನೀರನ್ನ ಆ ಗಿಡಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಮಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ವರ್ಷ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ನಾವೇನು ನೀರನ್ನ ಆ ಗಿಡಗಳಿಗೆ ಹಾಯಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಇದು ನಾವು ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as irrigation. Irrigation, we have various methods. There are different methods of irrigation. One is surface irrigation, subsurface irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, drip irrigation. The sprinkler irrigation but the drip irrigation we call it as micro irrigation. Surface irrigation means the irrigation which is done on surface of soil. We call it as surface irrigation. The surface irrigation is once again classified into different methods: flooding method, furrow method, contour farming. In flooding method we have two types of flooding method: wild flooding method and controlled flooding method. In controlled flooding method we have different types once again: free flooding method, contour lateral methods, border strip method, check flooding method, basin flooding method and zigzag method. Like this, the irrigation has been, methods of irrigation has been classified into different types. In today's session, I will be discussing on two methods. One is subsurface irrigation and surface irrigation. Let us discuss these two aspects in detail. First, let us take up subsurface irrigation. What is meant by subsurface irrigation? The irrigation which is practiced below the surface of the earth. Irrigation which is practiced below the surface of earth, we call it as subsurface irrigation. In this type of irrigation method, water will not wet the soil surface. Okay, water will not wet the soil surface. Water is applied to the root zone of crops. ಆ ರೂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಗಿಡದ ಬೇರ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೀರನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ವಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ಬೈ ಅಂಡರ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೈಪ್ಸ್. ಈ ಭೂಮಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕೆಲವು ಪೈಪ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಪೈಪ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸು ಓಪನ್ ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಏನು ನಾವು ಭೂಮಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪೈಪ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಆ ಪೈಪ್ಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾವು ನೀರನ್ನ ಹಾಯಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಗಿಡಕ್ಕೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಯಿಸಿದಂಥ ನೀರು, ದ ಅಂಡರ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಟು ದ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್, plant roots is going to absorb it by capillarity action. Okay, the underground water nourishes the plant roots by capillarity action. So what is subsurface irrigation? In this type of irrigation method, water will not wet the soil surface. Water is applied to the root zone of crop by underground network of pipes. The underground water nourishes the plant roots by capillarity action. The subsurface method of irrigation is further classified into two types. ಮತ್ತೆ ಎರಡು ಥರ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ subsurface irrigation methods na. ಒಂದು, first one is natural subsurface irrigation, second is artificial subsurface irrigation. ಎರಡು ಥರ ಇದನ್ನು ವಿಂಗಡಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ. Now coming to natural subsurface irrigation. In natural subsurface irrigation, leakage of water from canal etc. causes the water table to rise. ಏನು ಇವಾಗ ಕಾಲುವೆ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾವು ನೀರು ಹರಿಸಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಕಾಲುವೆ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾವು ನೀರೇನು ಹರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದು ಕಾಲುವೆ ಮೂಲಕ ಹರಿಸಿದಂಥ ನೀರು ಭೂಮಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಿಂಗಿ ಆ ಭೂಮಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ನೀರಿನ ಮೇಲ್ಮಟ್ಟ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ದ ಲೀಕೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಏನು ಕೆನಾಲಿಂದ ವಾಟರ್ ಲೀಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಭೂಮಿಲಿರೋ ನೀರಿನ ಮಟ್ಟವನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಭೂಮಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಆ ಭೂಮಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ನೀರಿನ ಮಟ್ಟವನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ವೆನ್ so that water enters into the earth and it raises the water table. Due to the capillary action, water rises to the subsoil. Right? Because of this capillary action, water rises to the subsoil. This will help in irrigation of crops by natural process. Right? So, because of this capillarity action, water rises up. When water rises up, naturally, the crops is going to absorb the water. You can see here, this is where the water is infiltrated inside. This is a canal. The water gets infiltrated inside, and these are the plant. These are the roots of plant. The water rises up from the soil because of capillarity action. The water rises up. This water which is rises up is absorbed by the roots of plants. This method we call it as natural subsurface irrigation. Now coming to artificial subsurface irrigation. What is this artificial subsurface irrigation? In this method, system of open jointed perforated drain pipes. See, in this method, open jointed perforated pipes are artificially laid below the soil. So the two pipes will be having, the two pipes will be open jointed. They are not going to fill the joint. It is open jointed. And perforated pipes, holes will be there on the surface of the pipes. Our pipe surface ಮೇಲೆ holes ಇರುತ್ತೆ, joints open joint ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಇರುವಂಥ ಪೈಪ್ಸ್ನ ಭೂಮಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ನಾವು ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ. We make a network of pipes, main pipe, sub-main pipe and lateral pipes. Like this we make a network of pipes. Water from these perforated pipes, when you allow the water through these perforated pipes, the water flows through these perforated pipes and the water rises up. ನೀರೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. The water rises up due to capillary action, and thus all the soil on the surface become wet. Right? And this wet soil helps in irrigation. This we call it as artificial subsurface irrigation. So what we are doing in artificial subsurface irrigation? In artificial subsurface irrigation, we are going to place pipes with open joints, perforated pipes we are going to place below the soil. Right? The water flows through these perforated pipes and the soil surrounding these perforated pipes will become wet. And because of capillarity action, water rises up and the roots are going to absorb this water, and thus irrigation is carried out. This we call it as artificial subsurface irrigation. Let us see here in the diagram. This is a pipe. These are the porous pipes and these are the perforations on the pipes. The water as it flows through this pipe, through these perforations, the water releases. Water is released out through these perforations. Because of this water which is released through these perforations, the soil will become wet and the roots are going to absorb this water. All the roots gets absorb this water and irrigation is carried out. This we call it as artificial subsurface irrigation. This is another view of artificial subsurface irrigation. You can see the moisture coming out of these pipes. These are the cross section of these pipes. This is the main pipe. These are sub-main pipes. The water rises up here. The water rises up and this will infiltrates this capillarity action. Because of this capillarity action, the water rises up and the roots which is present here will absorb this water from the soil. Now coming to advantages of artificial subsurface irrigation. What are the advantages? Minimum water requirement. It requires less quantity of water. Minimum evaporation and percolation losses. Why minimum water is required? Because we are applying water at the root zone only. When we are applying water at the root zone, right? At the below the soil surface, we are going to apply the water. Wherever we have roots at that portion, we are going to apply water. Hence, water requirement is less. We are not flooding the water. We are not wasting the water here. Second advantage is minimum evaporation and percolation losses. Why evaporation loss is minimum? Evaporation loss ಯಾಕೆ minimum ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? Evaporation ಯಾಕೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? Because the water is applied below the soil. When water is applied below the soil, evaporation losses is less. And this method is suitable for more crops. We can get high crop yield because uniformly we are applying the water to the crops. High crop yield involves no wastage of land because entire network of pipes is laid below the soil. When you are going to lay the network of pipes below the soil, the top surface is free. We can utilize the surface of the soil. Land surface is utilized. There is no wastage of land because of creation of canals and all. No canals here. No interference in free movement of machinery. There is no interference in free movement of machinery because the surface of soil is free. There is no furrows. There is no canals. There is no bunds. Because of this, since there is no bunds, there is no furrows, the machinery can be easily moved. This is one more advantage of artificial subsurface irrigation. It is most economical method. Now coming to disadvantages of artificial subsurface irrigation. There are certain disadvantages, are there? What are those disadvantages? Here, chances of waterlogging. We have to be very, very careful when you apply water because we have to see that there is no waterlogging takes place. We should not apply continuously. We should see the water requirement of crops, how much quantity of water is required for the crops. That quantity of water only we have to apply. If you apply excess, then there is a chances of waterlogging. You should control the valves properly, right? If you do not manage it properly, then there is a chances of water logging. Initial cost is high because of the network of pipes and all. We have to lay the network of pipes, right? The cost is more. Initial cost is high. And possibility of choking of pipes laid underground. What is this choking of pipes? Block ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಪೈಪ್ಸು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಆ ಪೈಪ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಪೋರಸ್ ಪೈಪ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, there is a possibility of choking of pipes laid underground. These are the disadvantages of artificial subsurface irrigation. Have you understood this? We have discussed what is subsurface irrigation. There are two methods: natural subsurface irrigation, then artificial subsurface irrigation. We have discussed its advantages and disadvantages also. Now coming to surface irrigation. What is meant by surface irrigation? Surface irrigation is most common type of irrigation. ತುಂಬ ಕಡೆ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇದು. In this method, water is applied to the irrigated land on the ground surface. ನೋಡಿ, ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ನೀರನ್ನ ಹಾಯಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೀಗೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಈ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಇದೇನು ನಾವು ನೀರನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ನೀರನ್ನ. When we are applying water on the surface, we call it as surface irrigation. We are applying water on the irrigated land on ground surface. from head to field. Head means the storage place. From storage place to field, we are going to apply water on the surface, ground surface. Hence, we call this method as surface irrigation. The water infiltrates into the soil. Whatever the water we are going to apply, the water infiltrates into the soil. In the meanwhile, irrigation is practiced. This method is called as surface irrigation. When irrigation is carried out on the ground surface, when water is applied on the ground surface, we call this method of irrigation as surface method of irrigation. Now coming to advantages of surface irrigation. This surface irrigation helps to store the water. It is going to help to store the required amount of water in the capillary zone of soil. What is capillary zone? The top surface above the water table. Whatever the water table we have, the soil above the water table, we call it as a capillary zone. The water is stored in the capillary zone. This water which is stored in the capillary zone is utilized by the plants for its growth. Right? Now coming to disadvantages of surface irrigation. ಏನೇನು ಡಿಸಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಅಂತ? ಲೆಸ್ ಈಲ್ಡ್, ಇಳುವರಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಇಳುವರಿ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ ಇದರಿಂದ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನೀರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈಲ್ಡು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಮೋರ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನೀರು ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್ಗೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ನೀರು ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. More quantity of water is required during irrigation. Then water is lost due to evaporation. See, there will be evaporation loss. There will be infiltration loss. There will be deep percolation loss. Water is lost due to evaporation, filtration and deep percolation. Right? Then costly and time consuming in preparing the land. ನಾವೇನು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ನ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊಲನ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ನ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಟೈಮ್ ತೊಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲಿ? ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಏನು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ನ ಲೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಾವು. ಇಲ್ಲದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ ವಾಟರ್ ರಿಟೈನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ಫೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀರನ್ನ, ಸರ್ಫೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರಿನ ಅಂಶ ಇರಬೇಕು ಆ ಸಾಯಿಲಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ನ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಪ್ಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಸೊ ಟೈಮ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ನಾವು ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್. ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇರಿಗೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಇವತ್ತು 3 ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಒಂದು ಬಾರ್ಡರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಂತ, ಫರ್ರೋ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಂತ, ಮತ್ತು ಬೇಸಿನ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಂತ 3 ಮೆಥಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಬಾರ್ಡರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಮೆಥಡ್, ಫರ್ರೋ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬೇಸಿನ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. Let us discuss these 3 methods in detail. What is this border strip method? In this method, land is divided into number of strips. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ನ, ಓಕೆ, ಬೈ ಲೋ ಲೆವೀಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಈಚ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಪರೇಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಲೋ ಲೆವೀಸ್. ಲೋ ಲೆವೀಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಬಂಡ್ಸ್ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಬಂಡ್ಗಳು. ಲೋ ಲೆವೀಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಬಾರ್ಡರ್ಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ನ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಪು 10 to 20 ಮೀಟರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ವಿಡ್ತು. ಲೆಂತ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ? 100 to 400 meter will be the length. And land must be leveled perpendicular to the direction of flow. See here, this is the border strip. This is the borders. These are the borders and these are the strip. These are low levees, right? Small bunds. The width is 10 to 20 meter is the width of this strip, and the length of this strip is 100 to 400 meter is the length of this strip. And this is the inlet of water into each strip. This is the main channel Here you have a gate, the operating gate. The water will be flowing through this main channel. When you open the gate, the water is released into this strip. Whenever water is required, we are going to open the gate, we allow the water to flow into the strip, we wet the soil, we will close the gate. So this method we call it as border strip method. In between the strip, the irrigation is carried out. ಈ ಎರಡು ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಗೇಟ್ನ ಆಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನು ಗೇಟ್ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಗೇಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನೀರು ಈ ಭೂಮಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀರು ಆ ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದು ಆ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ನ ವೆಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ವೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಗೇಟ್ನ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಥರ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ನ. ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಬಾರ್ಡರ್ಸ್. Hence we call this as border strip method. This is another view of border strip method. You can see here the paddy has been cultivated by this border strip method. These are the borders or small levees or small bunds. In between here this bunds, two bunds where irrigation is practiced. Next coming to furrow method. ಏನಿದು furrow method ಅಂದರೆ, in this method irrigation water is supplied to the land through narrow channels known as furrows. ಚಾನಲ್ಗಳು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಕಾಲುವೆಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಕಾಲುವೆಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ನೀರನ್ನ ಹಾಯಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. we supply water, we apply water through these channels, small channels in the irrigated land. Water flows through these furrows, and infiltrates into the soil. This water which flows through these furrows, they infiltrate into the soil and spreads laterally to saturate the root zone of crops. Right? The water flows through these furrows, it infiltrates into the soil, and the soil retains this water, and roots which is present surrounding this will absorb the water. And this method is suitable for crops which are grown in rows. ಸಾಲಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ನ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಈ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಮೇನ್ ಡಿಚ್ಚು. ಇದನ್ನು ಫರ್ರೋಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋದು. ಇದನ್ನು ಫರ್ರೋಸ್, ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ದಿಸ್ as furrows. We allow the water to flow through these furrows. Right? Water flows through these furrows and it wets the surrounding soil. And we are going to grow the crops here. These are the plants which are grown in rows in this portion. This is what I told you, no? These are the furrows. Water is made to flow through these furrows. Okay, water flows through these furrows. In between these furrows, the plantation is done. The crops are grown in between these two furrows. Water is applied through these furrows. The water absorbs. The soil is going to absorb this water. Roots is going to absorb this water from the soil. And plant will grow. This method we call it as furrow method of irrigation. We have one more method called basin method of irrigation. This method is employed for watering orchards, that is fruit growing trees. ಮರಗಳನ್ನ ಬೆಳೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಮೆಥಡ್ನ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. In this method, each tree or group of tree is enclosed by a circular channel. ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಚಾನಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಚಾನಲ್ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಗಿಡಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಬೆಳಿತೀವಿ, ಮರಗಳನ್ನ ಬೆಳಿತೀವಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಚಾನಲ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಬೇಸಿನ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಈಚ್ ಬೇಸಿನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಚಾನಲ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದೊಂದು ಬೇಸಿನ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದೊಂದು ಬೇಸಿನ್ಗೂ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಚಾನಲ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಚಾನಲಿಂದ ನೀರನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಬೇಸಿನ್ಗೂ ಸಹ ನಾವು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಚಾನಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಚಾನಲ್. ಮೂರು ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಚಾನಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಚಾನಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಚಾನಲಿಂದ ಆ ಬೇಸಿನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ನಾವು ನೀರನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನೋಡಿ, ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಮೇನ್ ಚಾನಲ್ಲು, ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಚಾನಲ್ಲು, ಇದು ಬೇಸಿನ್. ಇದು ಮೇನ್ ಚಾನಲ್ ಮೂಲಕ ನೀರು ನಾವು ಏನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆ ಮೇನ್ ಚಾನಲಿಂದ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ ನೀರು ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಚಾನಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆರ್ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡರಿ ಡಿಚಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಡಿಚ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಚಾನಲ್ನ ಡಿಚ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಮೇನ್ ಡಿಚ್, this is subsidiary ditch, this is basin. The water flows from main ditch to the subsidiary basin. In turn, it is supplied to the basin. Right? The trees are grown in this basin. This is another view. This is what we call it as basin for a tree. This is the supply channel. This is a field channel. These are basin. Right? The water from supply channel is made to flow through this field channel and it enters into the basin where trees are grown. This method is called as basin method of irrigation. So what are the things we have discussed today? So we have discussed about surface method of irrigation, subsurface method of irrigation, natural subsurface irrigation we have discussed, artificial subsurface irrigation we have discussed. Like this is the porous pipes. Through these porous pipes they are going to supply the water to the field. Advantages of artificial subsurface irrigation, disadvantages of artificial subsurface irrigation, then surface irrigation, advantages and disadvantages of surface irrigation, methods of surface irrigation, border strip method, furrow method, basin method. This is border strip method. We are going to divide the entire land into strips. Furrow method, channels. We are going to run channels, small irrigation channels we are going to run. In between these two irrigation channels, the plants are grown. Next, basin method. This is what we have discussed in today's class, right? In next session, we will be discussing on the micro irrigation techniques. Thank you.